Let's make a wafer paper magnolia, and I'm not going to lie, this one was tough. And it's tough because the flower uses large petals that are very plain, and wafer paper doesn't bend the way that these petals do. So I do have this template on my website. I'll put the link in the description. You can go and download that and print it out yourself to use it as the pattern. I'm using 30 gauge floral wire, which is white. And the reason for that is that you're going to be able to see the wire through the petals because the wafer paper is kind of transparent. And that was one of the things I think I would change. There are a few things I would change if I do this again, and I'll kind of touch on those as we go along. But you want to cut out 6 of the larger petals, 3 of the smaller ones, and I didn't use the middle ones. Depending on what kind of magnolia you use or you're making, you're going to use the different petals. But I'm making a large saucer magnolia, which is the ones that grow near me, and I'm using one of the larger petals. Now I put a little too much vodka on this. You can see it's getting transparent. It's just absorbing the moisture. Now I'm putting the rough sides of the petals together, or the rough side of the paper. There's a rough side and a smooth side. I put the rough side together to stick it together, and I'm sandwiching the wire in between the two, but because it's only vodka, it just came right out. I did spray this with vodka, not water. And make sure that you're using that. Do not use a conditioner for this because you want it to be adhered together, and the conditioner won't necessarily do that. But if the wire comes out, just put it back in. Only put the wire in a couple of inches at the most because you are going to be able to see it on the back there. Now, because I had this wafer paper so wet, because I did spray a lot of vodka on it, it is kind of transparent, and I don't want that wire to poke through. So I did cut a little piece of wafer paper to cover that up on the back of the petal. You don't necessarily need to do this unless there's a reason. Like right now, the paper is so wet, you can see I'm just going to stick this right on there. I don't even have to add more liquid. So the way the paper is so wet, it's just sticking to this. And I'm just basically, protecting that area where the wire is. But that's on the back of the petal. It's not going to be on the front where you can see it. You want the front to be as smooth as possible for these petals. Magnolia has very large, slightly curved, they're cupped, and they are smooth. And it's easier to do this with gum paste than wafer paper, I'm not going to lie. But what you want to do is kind of pinch the base to give the petal that curve shape. Just cup it a little bit. As you can see, I'm turning it, when I turn it sideways, it's a little bit curved. But that's okay if it's just, it's not super curved right now because the petals are going to be, you want them to be large. And because there is vodka on there, the starch in wafer paper is going to contract and it might curve. And that did happen. I'll show you how I fixed that when we put the flower together. But you want to go ahead and make 6 of the large petals like this and make 3 of the smaller ones. Now the smaller ones, I'm not sure I would do these the same way. I'm putting the wire on the wafer paper pretty far up because I want to bend these, because these are the inner petals of the flower and they bend around the center. They bend around the stamens. A magnolia has a really distinctive center, and it's kind of like a cone. It's got tons and tons of little stamens on it. And it really is the kind of the defining feature of a magnolia flower. So you want it to curve. You want these petals to curve around. The center ones you want to curve. And see, I have my phone there on the left, and I'm looking at a picture of a magnolia. That's very helpful when you're making a flower. If you want to see what it looks like and you want to see how the petals are curved. As you're making it, just keep a picture there as a reference. Now this was a little too pointed, so I cut the tip off. But I did put the wire pretty far in there, and you can kind of see them on the back. This is the issue, is that they're curved so much that you can see the wire through the paper on the back when it dries. And I might not do the wire as far up. You can still curve the petal if you let it dry in a curved shape without having the wire in there. And I don't think the wire was really necessary to keep that shape, because if you wet the wafer paper down and then you bend it, and let it dry in that shape, it will keep the shape. So the wire isn't really what's keeping it in that shape. And it might look better if you don't stick the wire so far up and maybe just put it in and, like 1.5 inches or something, enough to catch onto the paper and hold it in place, but not enough to really go all the way up the back of the petal like that. You can see the wire is going pretty far up the curve. And I don't think that I would do, if I was doing this again, I would not do it as far up. Now I just did spray it a little bit with some conditioner, and I'm kind of messing with it, but you don't need to use conditioner at this point. Just stick with vodka, and you can use water if you don't want to use the alcohol, but the alcohol will dry faster. and it will evaporate very quickly. And I do want to say that you can get wafer paper and these supplies at Oasis Cake Supply, and you can use my discount code, which is remember10. You will get a discount on every order, or you can sign up for their email list to get a discount on your first order. But my code is good for every order, so go ahead and I'll put that in the description also. Okay, now for the center, this is a little tricky, and I did this a couple times before I found a way that I think worked. And I still would change some things about it. But I made kind of this is a larger gauge. I want to say it's like an 18 gauge wire. It's a green wire. I just did a little crumpled up piece of wafer paper on it to make a weird little cone. You can see it lying on the table there. And now I'm folding this piece up and I'm just wrapping it around to make kind of a thicker base and then the pointy cone at the top. And the magnolia flowers have a lot of stamens on that center cone. And I'm using daisy cutters to cut this out. Now, this is the way that I came up with after I tried something else that did not work. I tried a few things that didn't work. You can make this with gum paste. You can make the stamens with gum paste. That will work okay. But it will make the flower heavier. But I decided to go ahead and just use the wafer paper to try to keep everything light. But there is a lot of drying time. I let this dry overnight. So I'm putting the cone together by taking little daisies. The color of these is kind of yellow at the top and then white at the bottom. And this is the hardest part of the magnolia because it is a very distinctive shape. And you want to make sure that there are enough little pieces. So I, like around the bottom, that we're going to work with them later. But I basically started by putting a bunch of white ones around the bottom. And then I took some of the yellow flowers and I'm basically just spraying them with the vodka to wet them. And I'm folding them and then putting them on the top so that the little petals of the daisy shape stick up. And I am going to curve those later, but for now I'm just putting them on here and holding them until they stick on there and dry. This was a mess. This was difficult because it sticks to your fingers too. So this is the part that takes the time. Making the petals is very quick. You dry it, but making the center is what's going to take the time. So you could do this ahead. This is the kind of thing you could do ahead of time and just have them ready so that when you need to make a magnolia for some reason, the petals you can make right away. It's not hard to do that. But this is the part that's going to take the time. Now, the other thing I would do, these are really yellow, and a real magnolia does have very yellow center, and the little stamens on them are very yellow like this, but I kind of like the softer color. So I think I would have taken like a magnolia colored yellow petal dust and brushed it onto the wafer paper to color it before I punched the daisy shapes out, just to soften that color a little bit, because this is pre-printed yellow wafer paper that I used, and it was just a little too bright, I think. I think it was fine, but I prefer it to be a little bit softer. So you can just color it by dusting white wafer paper and getting it to the yellow color that you want. So after you've done the yellow, I'm putting more of the white ones on the base, and I'm just sliding them down the wire and overlapping them. So that's basically what it looks like at this point. And once I got enough on there, I'm just going to let this dry upside down. I pinched it a little bit. This is very wet. You can see that it's moving. It's definitely not ready to use because it is so wet and you need to let this dry. So like I said, do this first. Do a few of these if you want and just have them ready to go. And then when you get them ready, dry it overnight. Now I'm using it now. It's hard. It's dried. It's very stiff. Don't do this while this is wet. Okay, so once it dries, I'm putting it in the steam and I'm just kind of folding the edges down a little bit. Just wave it in the steam. The pieces are so small, it does not take long to soften these up. So wave it a little bit and then just tap them down, because if you look at a picture of a magnolia, the stamens kind of bend out. It's an interesting flower. They kind of fall out and they bend away from the center. So this is not exactly the right shape, but as long as you have a lot of pieces that are kind of bent down and away from the center, it will look fine. And these are going to be encased in those 3 petals that we made that were curved. And it will, you don't really see it. You don't see the whole thing like out by itself. But once you have this ready, I got a piece of floral wire, floral tape, and I'm just going to put these 3 center petals around it. And you just want to put these around. And as you can see, when you're putting them in here, just kind of alternate it. But these are kind of going to go around that center and cover it up to a certain extent. So it's not realistic. It's not like a natural, realistic, botanically correct center for a flower, but it looks fine. When it's on the cake, it actually looks okay. I'm very picky, and I'm like not a super huge fan of the fantasy flower thing. And I think this looks enough like a magnolia that it would work on in a flower, like a cake that just had one big flower on it, or in a bunch of spring flowers. But you want to put those petals on, make sure that they are tight, like the base of the petal is tight against the wire, and then just tape it on to secure everything in place. And that is the first layer of petals. And then we're going to go back and add the second layer. And, these are going to move around while you're taping it, and that's okay. You just want to make sure that they are secure and they're tight. And then you're going to get the next petals out and look for 3 that are kind of flat, like the flattish ones. Those are going to be the first ones that we put on. And these will dry. I mean, these dried overnight, and the starch on wafer paper will contract when it gets wet. So you can see how some of these have folded up. Some of these are very curved, and you can adjust them, but you want to get some that look like they're pretty smooth, because these are going to be the ones that people really see right next to the front of the flower, right next to the center. And I am going to go back and trim these a little bit because I think these were a little bit too long. But it's better to make them a little bit bigger and then cut them to adjust them than it is to try to make everything exactly the right shape. Because like I said, the wafer paper changes shape. It contracts and it will shrink. So being able to trim it is a really good benefit of using wafer paper. But it might not look 100% right at this point. You can adjust it though. So put those 3 flowers on, alternate with the kind of the openings between the center, and then tape it in place. Now for these, I'm using glycerin and water conditioner, and I'll put the link to the recipe for that in the description, but it's basically glycerin in water, just a tiny bit of glycerin, and you spray it on the wafer paper, and then you just kind of massage it in, and you can see it is softening that up, and it's opening the petal up, and it had shrunk and kind of contracted overnight while it dried, but putting the glycerin on it is softening it up, and it's going to allow it to relax, and you can shape it. It'll open the petal up a little bit. And you can do this too once you put the flowers together. If they do change, because the petals sometimes will shrink up, you can spray it with the glycerin and let it sink in a little bit, and then you can manipulate those to put the petals where you want. But if you get a petal like this one that's very bent because it shrunk while it was drying, just spray it with glycerin. You have to be careful because wafer paper gets very crispy. It gets kind of crunchy when it gets wet and then dries. But the glycerin will soften it up, and you just have to be gentle, take your time. But you can see that this petal was rigid to begin with, and the glycerin has just kind of rehydrated the wafer paper. It's letting me soften it up. You are going to need something to dry your hands off there. I have a Kleenex. And just be gentle, because see, I kind of tore the edge there, but that's okay because I'm going to trim these petals anyway. But once you get the 3 outer petals ready, you can tape those on, and you're going to put these in alternating in between the first row of 3. And just make sure that the wire, like the base of the wire on the petal, is right up against the base of the wire that is attached to the center. And just tape one on. I'm doing 1 petal at a time because it's easier to control it when you're working with a flower that's this large. So I've got 1 petal there. I'm going to put this one on here and just alternate that one in between the other 2 right above it. Things are going to move. That's okay. You can always go back and adjust. And that's why the individually wired petals are good, because if everything is attached to each other and you can't adjust it, then that's not good. But if it's individually wired, it's a lot easier to put on a cake because it's not going to break, and you can move the petals around and the whole thing. But that does also mean that they are going to move a little bit while you're wrapping the floral tape. So make sure that the base of the petal is right up there. Pull the wires down if you need to tighten it up. And when you get everything in place, just wrap the wires around. And don't worry if things are going to twist around because, like I said, you can adjust them later. And just wrap this all the way down, about halfway down the wire. And then you're going to fold the wire, you're going to bend it so that the ends, those little pokey ends of the wires are not going to poke out the end. Because you want to encase all of the wires in that floral tape because you don't want someone to poke themselves on it and then get mad at you and you get in trouble for injuring someone. So just make sure that all the wire ends are bent down like I'm doing now, and then wrap the whole thing in the floral tape. If you need to use 2 pieces of tape, that's perfectly fine, but you really do want to make sure that everything is wrapped up. Now, if you're going to insert this into a cake, it's a good idea to take a plastic drinking straw and put that over the wire to protect the cake from the floral wire. Once you get everything in place, go back and arrange the petals and see what you need to adjust, and see that one twisted around. So just make sure that you're twisting it and putting it where it needs to be so that they're all cupped and going in the right direction. And I'm looking at this thinking those petals look a little long. Okay, but that's okay because like I said, wafer paper, you can cut it, you can adjust it, you can trim things. So I'm going to go back and trim the shape of the petal to be a little bit rounder. And you need to be careful if you're cutting something that is really crisp and does not have the conditioner on it, it could break. So if you think that you need to put a little conditioner on it before you trim things, that's perfectly fine too. I went and trimmed about 3 or 4 of these petals so that they were just a little shorter and rounder, and I think it ended up looking pretty good. I would rather do the center a little less bright, but I think that that's actually the color that a magnolia is, and you know it's not that wrong. I would make the base of the petals a little bit wider, like I was just doing that with my fingers, because I would like to kind of cover up that. And if the wires are poking through like that, there was actually an end sticking out. You can just go ahead and cut that off very carefully and don't let the wires poke through. But see, you don't really need the wires. And this is what it looked like when I was holding it. I think that looks pretty good. It would work on a cake, and that's the magnolia.